nueva charla con un DJ y productor internacional. Hoy recibimos a Nick Carly de Alemania. Estoy muy contento porque nos conocemos hace un montón de tiempo, así que sé que tiene mucho para aportar. ¿Y se escucha bien? ¿Están todos bien? ¿Están contentos también? ¿Alguno quiere sentarse por acá en el piso adelante? ¿Están todos cómodos? ¿Todos bien? Bien. Hablamos, como estuvimos desde que vino de Drum Code, todos los días juntos, hablamos un par de cosas de las que quiere hablar, así que algunas cosas hablará y traduciré y otras preguntaré y después abrimos a un par de preguntas de ustedes. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Do you remember the first time you came here?
I was just thinking, was it the last time I was here, like early this year? Was it the first time actually? I think it was the second time, huh?
No, you came to Bahrain.
Yeah, I mean, I thought here to the school, because I was here earlier.
Okay, no, here to Argentina.
Yeah, I remember the first time I came to Argentina, with you playing for the label night in Bahrain.
Yeah. Le pregunté si se acuerda, bueno, me dijo, primero me contestó la primera vez que vino a Arjaus y después la primera vez hicimos en Bahrein y fue la primera vez que Arjaus figuró en cualquier lado, la primera vez que pusimos el logo, era una fiesta del sello en Bahrein, lo que para nosotros fue bastante significativo y bueno, and how was Drum Code on Sunday?
Drum Code Sunday was really good. I mean, like we did 3 shows, two in Argentina, Friday Rosario, Saturday we did Chile, and Sunday here, and yeah, all 3 shows were good, but Sunday was like the final, the big one at Mandarin Park was very good. Rosario was also very good, I liked it. It was like less crowd, but very good, yeah, I liked it. I like the vibe, you know, like the people come early, like they stay till the end. It's for me it's kind of like different to a lot of parties I play in Europe, what is going on here, especially in Argentina.
Le pregunté cómo estuvo Drum Code, la fiesta donde él tocó el domingo, y fueron 3 fechas, 2 en Argentina, una en Rosario, una en Chile en Ultra y cerró en Mandarin Park. Él cree que lo que sucede acá en Argentina es especial, diferente a lo que pasa en Europa. Le gustó la de Rosario, que la gente vino temprano y que se quedó hasta el final, como la vibra que hay en Rosario. Everyone talk about the vibe that is in Rosario. In most of the places that are inside the country, you will get that, you know, like warmer feeling.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I have this a general feeling here in South America. The people are more into the music. They are more dancing, they're more enjoying the music. It's not in Europe sometimes, I think. It's not everywhere, of course, but like very often I think the people go to a party just to be on the party and maybe not even like the number one thing is dancing and listening to the music. It's just more like a thing to tell like maybe the friends, oh, I've been on Monday to the party or I have seen this DJ. You know, here the people come and stay to the end, like we spoke before. Sometimes they come to Mandarin and they buy like a big package of water don't have to go to the bar and don't miss a single minute from the party or something like this, you know. This is like the difference. In Germany, you see like most of the people, they're standing more in the bar than on the dance floor. Very often.
Yeah. Lo que a él le gusta de Sudamérica es que la gente va a las fiestas por la música y está como involucrada en la música y bailando. Cuando estábamos comiendo hablábamos de que hay un montón de gente con las cuales me incluyo a veces en los festivales que se queda en la pista todo el tiempo, se compra el agua o lo que quiere tomar y se queda ahí con un pack de agua y bailando y en la música. A veces en Europa la gente va más a las fiestas simplemente por decir estuve ahí, lo que habla bien de nosotros porque eso es como cultura musical y está bueno. And I wanted to maybe for all of us to be like in 3 so huge parties is like too much, and you mentioned like 3 really huge parties and for you it's like normal. What's the feeling of being the whole year like working so hard and traveling that much from party to party?
Yeah, I mean, like these parties, they were like special. They were like kind of like they were all kind of like festivals. Even like Mandarin Park, it was like okay, like a label showcase, but it was like the size of a festival, which mostly is not that. Let's say, as a DJ, you are not that close maybe to the crowd, because like when I'm playing in the club, I have to get into the stage. I gonna pass by the people. I take pictures with the people. I talk with the people. On parties like this, the DJs are behind the stage and they are kind of like separated from the crowd. This is something different. Sometimes I don't really like, because like I like to talk to the people. Of course, I can't talk to 12,000, but it's like I like to be connected. You know, when I know the people come to see me and they come to listen to my music, then I like to talk to them or something like this. So that's why I give the best on stage and give them a signal that I'm happy that they are here. And yeah, what was the question?
Not related to the answer, but yo le pregunté una cosa y me contestó otra, igual todo bien. Lo que me dijo es que la diferencia que él siente de tocar en clubs y en festivales es que en el club él llega, pasa por toda la pista, llega hasta la cabina, pone música y se saca fotos en el camino, habla con la gente, lo saludan. Y el festival, el camino es, para el que no lo sabe, se entra como por atrás, ni pasás por la pista. Entonces es como que se llega al backstage directo, solo estás con los productores, y que por eso da todo de sí para que la gente que fue se dé cuenta de que él está contento que lo vinieron a ver y disfrutándolo. And the question was more related to how's your life traveling every weekend and going like in parties or like this or in clubs, but what like being traveling every single weekend of your life?
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing is the travel thing is actually like the main. Let's say like it's the work, it's the job. It's not my job now. It's not like being in the party or playing 2 days, 2 hours on the party or in the club. Like the hard work, let's say, which I mostly don't like, is like the travel thing, or like actually like the big thing which is around, because like the music now became, since like 8-9 years, it became my main job. Before I had like a daytime job, but now I since 8-9 years the music business is my main job. Like I have 3 companies now in this music business. I have my own DJ thing, I have the labels, and this is like a lot of work around it. It starts from the traveling, which is mostly no fun. I mean, like traveling, I don't mean like to be here now and hang out a week in Argentina. That is cool, but it's like the flying. We just spoke before. Like before I played, for example, the first gig here in Rosario, it was like almost, or it was not almost, it was more than 20 hours travel, pure travel, to get to Rosario from where I'm from. So this is like the long way I have to come here. It's not like people probably don't see it, or they don't understand it sometimes, what the whole travel thing means. Like to take every weekend like 4 flights, sometimes 5 flights, a long distance. That is much more time than actually the fun part is. Playing in the club gigs or the set is mostly 2-3 hours I play, and then let's say the part I don't like is much longer, unluckily.
Yeah. Le pregunté cómo era vivir la vida que lleva, que toca mucho alrededor del mundo y viaja, y dijo que la parte que él no considera un trabajo es la de tocar, y que viajar, antes estábamos hablando de que él desde su casa hasta Rosario, en todos los vuelos que tomó y el auto que lo llevó desde Ezeiza hasta Rosario, fueron como 20 horas de viaje, y tiene 3 empresas, los sellos y su carrera, y como que antes tenía un trabajo de día y de noche, ahora solo se dedica a la música, y que la parte divertida es como en la pequeña porción, y toda la otra parte es como trabajo, como un trabajo básicamente. Y Hernán Cataño siempre dice, Hernán Cataño says, I charge for travel, I play for free, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like this.
And before, we've been talking during these days, and I think it's important for them, about how this is a job, you know, how this is related to responsibility, having a schedule, managing companies, managing your time, being like know how to save money to pay taxes, and a lot of things that maybe they don't even think about it, you know. It's besides the music.
Yeah, I mean that's the very important thing. I said to you before, like I worked for a long time for a car company, for Mercedes, which has nothing to do with music, but I learned a lot of things which I think I have to use, or I use now, to make this job. Because like I have a lot of friends, they are also DJs, and they always miss flights, they don't know how to save money or whatever. This is when I work for the car company. I learned, you know, I have to start working sometimes at 6 in the morning. I have to be there. Doesn't matter what happens. I have to wake up on time. I have to be there. That's the same thing like now catching a flight. You know, like now my flight goes. He's not waiting for me because I'm a DJ or whatever. You know, the flight is gone if I miss it, and maybe when the flight is gone, the other gig is gone, and so these are things you have to learn, and also like say, okay, save some money, because like no one knows how long you have this career. It's not like the money you get from a gig is like, for me, like half of it in Germany the government takes, and then I have to pay this, and I have to pay rent, and I have to pay that. So you have to learn, okay, this is a job we do now, and no one knows how long, even if you have like a big success, no one knows how long you have success and you're gonna make this money. So you need to save some money. You need to know how to do like your paperwork, the taxes stuff, because when you're not doing this, you get in big trouble. I think in every country, if it's Argentina or if it's Germany or anywhere, like you need to make the taxes, and this is like, all this is like a big part that belongs to be a DJ or to be self-employed or to make music, whatever. If you're a producer, a DJ, or if you're gonna, I don't know, if you have your own restaurant, it's the same thing. Like this is like you have your own business, and then you have to make all these work around. I mean, if you say I'm a chef and I like to cook, it's the same. I want to present the good food to the people, but also you have to do like all the other stuff around, you know? Like you have to clean the dirty dishes, you have to rent the place, you have to pay the taxes and stuff, you have to pay your people who work for you. This all the things that you can make it happen to serve the good food to people, or in my case to present the people my music. So this is to make these things happen in a kind of like as a main job. There's a big thing around that you can do it actually.
Él antes de empezar, voy a ver cómo traduzco todo esto. Antes de empezar con esta carrera, él trabajaba en Mercedes-Benz. Y muchas veces hablamos de que hay un montón de jockeys que nunca tuvieron ningún trabajo, entonces no entienden bien la responsabilidad de tener un trabajo, o de ser independiente, o de tener una empresa. Que hoy a la tarde justo hablamos de eso y dijimos qué importante es valorar el trabajo que tienen ustedes, que inclusive si es fuera de la música, y aprender cosas como responsabilidad, levantarte a la mañana, ir a trabajar, saber, porque vos podés ser la superestrella, pero si perdés el vuelo, perdés la fecha, perdés la plata. Y lo mismo con saber de, bueno, guardo esto para mis impuestos, que es algo que bastante hablamos porque en Alemania es como bastante estricto y cada vez la música se está poniendo como más regulada, y es ser tu propio jefe. Entonces, para todos aquellos que sueñan con esto y tienen un trabajo, sepan que todo lo que están haciendo les sirve a ustedes para aprender básicamente a eso, a trabajar. En el manual del DJ, eso no lo dijo él, lo digo yo, hay un manual que se llama el manual del DJ, y le preguntan a Sasha o a no sé quién, ¿qué le recomendás a alguien que quiere ser un DJ? Y él dice, búsquense un trabajo y aprendan a trabajar. porque es lo que van a tener que hacer al final. Y ¿qué más dijo Weiner? Dame una mano. Bien.
Y lo que decía él, si vos haces vivir la vida loca, no llegás a tiempo, el avión no te espera, se va, si se va, perdiste la fiesta, no cobrás, quedás mal. O sea que hay que tomarse con una responsabilidad y que trabajar en otras cosas te da, digamos, ese background de responsabilidad para después tomar esto como un trabajo responsable y hacerlo bien.
And how was from that work in Mercedes, how was the 8-bit start, and when you were like, well, I started with this is going to long some time and to last some time, and from here on I will put all my attention to the music?
I mean, 8-bit we started almost 11 years ago, and at that time it was also like kind of becoming like the start of the financial crisis or the economic crisis in Europe, and I kind of profit from that because at that time I got the option, luckily, to start only half-time working at Mercedes. That means like I could share one job with another person. So I worked 1 week, then he worked 1 week, and I had 1 week off. And that was actually okay. I got like half money from the things, but it was still the money which saved me my life. I paid my insurance, I paid my rent that days, and I said, okay, I'm gonna make this deal because it's kind of still safe for me because I can pay my important stuff, you know, like insurance and my rent, and also it gives me enough time to spend like maximum time for my label and productions. And that was the time where I pushed like a lot for music and the label these days.
Él tuvo la suerte que cuando fue la crisis en Europa hace 10 años, casi 11, le dijeron en Mercedes-Benz tenés que trabajar la mitad del tiempo, cobrás la mitad, pero aprovechó esa oportunidad para estar todo el resto del tiempo produciendo música y lanzar 8-Bit, que es un sello súper exitoso que maneja con Gorge. And how was the beginning at the 8-bit thing? When you realized that it was like a hit?
Actually, like the first release on 8-bit, we did not even have the name 8-bit. It was called Amused Records. The first label we started, we were 3, and we did not really. I mean, I wanted to do music. I was already kind of like a resident in one of the best clubs in our area, but I never produced music. And then I met Gorge. He was more like a commercial trance DJ these days, and
really,
and wanted to be like he was a good producer for trance, but not like he did not know anything about the underground. So he wanted to go a little bit more underground, and I wanted to learn a bit more productions. I mean, he's older than me, and he was like already good in production. So I said, okay, let's do something together, because he did not have the ideas what he wanted to produce or what is like cool or underground. So we start working together, and it was also a process, you know, like the first releases. If I listen to them now, this is like horrible for me. I wish I had never released them, but it's a process at the end. And there was actually, it really started for me when I had already my second label, the Seal, and also there was like the label Oslo from Federico Molinari.
Yeah, I will translate. Empezó, él era residente en un boliche bastante copado de Mannheim, que es el lugar donde él vive, y conoció a Gorge, que me acabo de enterar que era productor de trance, y Gorge estaba como más en la parte de trance y comercial, y él era DJ en más la escena underground, y él quería aprender a producir, y Gorge sabía producir, pero como que no tenía mucha idea de qué era lo que había que hacer. Entonces se juntaron, hicieron temas que él dijo ahora me daría vergüenza escucharlos, y empezaron así como a recorrer un camino juntos de producción. El primer sello no se llamaba ni siquiera 8-Bit, se llamaba Muse, pero realmente él sintió que despegó cuando abrió el segundo sello, que se llama Cecil. Esto lo agrego yo, en ese momento la gente hablaba como de un sonido que se producía en Mannheim, que es la ciudad de donde él viene, porque estaba Johnny D, Federico Molinari con el sello Oslo, el Cecil, 8-Bit, y como que muchos productores salían del mismo lugar. Entonces la gente empezó a hablar de eso, como van a empezar a hablar de Buenos Aires en pronto. Y bueno, let's go from there, from Oslo.
Yeah, it was actually like there were like all the things came together when it was like I met Johnny at Mercedes because he was working there for like
really?
a kind of like, let's say, what should I say? How is it?
Like a scholarship or
like a part-time job as well, but in a different way, like more like a holiday job. He was working there, and I met him there. And then Ray Okpara, he came from the hip hop scene, and I was already like the resident in a cool house club. But these days, actually, like there was the music in underground clubs in Germany were often that they played house and breakbeats together, even on the same floor. They kind of liked it. So it was that was the end of that time, and our group of people we found together, like as I said, like Ray came from the hip hop, Johnny came from the drum bass, I came more from the techno house. So we found it together, and we had like already a good running party project. And I met Gorge, we had like Federico, so there was a very kind of big group of people who came together, started doing labels, and we all started doing like a kind of like a new sound, because we found our, let's say, house techno sound, yeah. And
conoció a Johnny D en Mercedes, y Ray Okpara venía de la escena del hip hop, Johnny D de la escena del drum and bass, y Federico Molinari, que es argentino, vivía ahí. Como que todos armaron un grupo que hacían una mezcla entre house y techno, así, bueno, lo que ustedes saben, y se empezó a armar como toda una movida que ellos hacían como música juntos. Do you think that creating a group or being related to your friends and being like a friend block help you instead of being like just yourself individual, that making that team was part of the success?
yes, definitely. I would say I would never be here without having this group of people. Even I would have the same productions, and even if I would be like strong with the productions like it was, or maybe even stronger, I would say the main thing that helped me as well was because we were so many people at the same time, like Johnny D, he had at that time the biggest hits on Oslo and 8-Bit, and then it was Federico, it was me, it was Ray, and then like there were like other people from Frankfurt, which is close to the city where I'm from, like Reboot and Sasha Dive and some other people. Actually the press, they having an eye on us and start writing on us. They created actually like a kind of word which we never said that's an own word from the magazines and platforms. They said it's Mannheim sound. It's like the sound from our city. They created that word, and then there was like a big hype about this. We did not even understand it. Everyone asked us, "Oh, what is Mannheim sound?" And we're not even saying, "Okay, we don't know. We just make the music we like." And they created that word, and I think that actually helped us a lot at the end, because if it would just be like one or two people from our city, we would never get that attention from the press, I think. And at the end, I think that was the most important. That was the most important thing for us. I mean, that's okay. Translate.
Para ellos ser un grupo hizo que sea todo mucho más fuerte, que inclusive si él hubiese sido fuerte con las producciones o más fuerte con sus producciones yendo solo, porque lograron la atención de la prensa de ese momento, de la prensa especializada. Hay una palabra que ellos nunca dijeron, pero que es lo que les decía recién, que empezaban a hablar del sonido de Mannheim, que es el lugar de donde son todos ellos, y como que se creó, la gente les decía, ¿pero qué es el Mannheim Sound? No, nada, nosotros hacemos la música que nos gusta, y Johnny D fue el primero que tenía así como, hubo un momento que no sé si ustedes ya estaban en la música, pero como que todo el mundo prestaba atención a eso porque era como un sonido diferente, era como post-minimalista, deep house, medio techno, y fusionaba un montón de estilos, y a raíz de eso todos crecieron como grupo. And how important do you think that is, like, to move in a group and catch the press attention to make a story, like an advice to them, you know, like if you were one of them and you have to start, what will be a good advice for them to like catch the attention or create a story?
I mean, these days we did not plan that. You know, that was not our plan to say, hey, let's create something like this. But at the end, when I look back to it, or like even like after us, like for example, there came Vision Quest, which had a big hype. There were also 3 people. There are people like Apollonia now, 3 people, or like, you know, there seems like if you are more people, they kind of like it if you create something around it. What I would get, the advice I give to you is like, I don't know, like it's like you have to maybe start building a kind of profile. If it's by yourself, say, okay, I am this, or we are this, and we are different to others, or we can give you something different that other DJs can't do. Because like these days, I mean, it's quite easy to be a good DJ with the stuff we have, with the CDJs, with the Ableton, or whatever, with the Traktor, everything. It's like everyone can be like a kind of good DJs. I mean, like, it's for me these days, it's not only about mixing, it's also about the track selection. That's important, yeah. Or like the entertainment. I mean, like, I don't like to be a DJ that is just on stage and playing his sound, and even if he's playing for like 3 people or 3,000, he's just looking on his thing. I mean, like, you need to be. I like to be connected to the people and make party with them, because that's why they are here. But yeah, to come back to the profile, is like if I could tell you the secret, I would I would be very rich if I could tell everyone the secret, how it works. I mean, I'm still even trying to figure it out how it works. It's difficult. Like, you need to try to create your own profile, like profile that is different, or even like with the productions, it's similar. You know, it's not about like copying something and say, okay, I want to go on this label and I'm going to copy the sound of this label. Okay, you can go there, but then you're just another artist on this label. It's probably better to say, okay, I'm going to try to go a little bit over the line and create something new, and I hope it works. I mean, it could be like something that people say, well, this is shit. Maybe they say shit first, and then a few people like it, and then at the end it becomes like kind of like a own thing. Hold it.
Wow, no sé cómo voy a traducir. Primero lo que dijo es que después de ellos vino Vision Quest, Apollonia, y que la prensa prestó atención a varios grupos, y después con respecto a crear el profile... ¿Está muy bajito? ¿Escuchan bien ahí? Anik, ¿se escucha bajito? Ahí está bien. ¿Todo bien? Y que, bueno, lo último que dijo es que si él tuviese la fórmula, haría mucho dinero contando la fórmula, pero siempre alguien que lo hace y que viaja y que lo ve, vale mucho la opinión. Como que cada uno tiene que crear su perfil y no quizás de repente mirar un sello y tratar de crear la música que encaje en ese sello, sino como ir un poquitito más allá y hacer algo que, aunque quizás no le guste a mucha gente al principio, vaya más allá de lo que existe, y bueno, al principio quizás le gusta a pocos y después como que va a ir ganando reconocimiento, un lugar. Y después tiene que ver con que hoy, gracias a la tecnología, es más sencillo ser DJ que lo que era antes. Entonces, para él lo más importante es la selección de tracks y lograr ser como un entretenedor, como divertir a la gente, ser parte de la fiesta, estar involucrado en la fiesta. What do you want to talk about?
I mean, we can continue with that. Like, it's kind of like a what I think like is kind of important these days. I mean, like the production thing, of course, it's important to have good productions, or like to show people productions is also a kind of like your profile, you know, like if you say, okay, I stand for this music, I have these productions, this is one part. But also these days, I think like a very big part is also the social media, which you have to show to the people, say, hey, because people want to see what is this person. They don't only want to see, okay, this person is only on parties. They also want to see like your daily life. They want to see, okay, what is this person doing, and then around that, and they mix together with productions, maybe a label and your daily life, that creates a profile, that creates you at the end, and then people like your fans make a decision, okay, do I like him or not? Do I follow him or not? And if they follow you, they become a kind of fan. And if more followers, fans you get, as more popular you get. This is these days. I mean, back in the days, it was more or less only about productions. You made a release and you sold like 10,000s of vinyls, and then you were like, well, you were like a good producer at least, or actually from these days already like a kind of good DJ. And these days no one really sells like 10,000s of vinyls or like 10,000 downloads, so it's much less that you have. When you have like a good release, you sell much less from the music to the people. And then there is, I think, the part from the social media and stuff became much more important or much bigger these days.
Para él, crear el perfil y mostrar tu vida durante el día y qué haces aparte vos en el estudio y qué haces durante tu vida, crear como tu persona que sea como más pública, se ayuda mucho a raíz del crecimiento de las redes sociales. Quizás antes era hacer un tema, vender 10.000 discos, si vendías 10.000 discos eras muy bien, ibas para arriba y como que ya estaba. Después tenías que ir a poner música, sos un buen DJ, creces en base a eso. Como que ahora por las redes sociales, para bien o para mal, eso lo digo yo, las redes sociales hacen que tengas que crear como todo una historia, porque la gente sabe mucho más. Y es verdad, yo cuando era chico no sabía quién era Dani Tenaglia, era un nombre en un disco, quizás una vez veías una foto en una revista, ahora sabés quién es el tipo, qué hace, qué hizo ayer, dónde está, dónde toca, que fue como cambiando. Y what do you think about, or how do you create your profile? Do you pay more attention on creating something, or you just post your life on Facebook or stuff and let it flow?
I mean, like, I think it's not really helpful to create something that you are not in a real person. You know, like for example, like people like, let's say Seth Roxler, he's kind of like a own character. He's never like big releases or something like this. He's like, his success, I would say, is more or less because he's a great entertainer. He makes a lot of jokes. He presents himself like a funny person, and I'm funny. Sometimes I'm not like him. I'm not like, I can't make these jokes or something like this, or like I think no one actually is really like him. But it's like you have to be yourself. You have to find the profile that fits to yourself. It could be like the funniest part, like for example Seth Roxler is, or it could be like a technical profile, like for example King is. Yeah, King, he always posts pictures. He does a great live act. He's like very into like the machines and everything, hardware, and people see him as like the technical nerd maybe. Yeah, so that's his profile. If he would start with doing like jokes now because he thinks like, oh, I want to get my profile even bigger than it is, I do a little bit jokes that Roxler, for example, does. I think like it wouldn't fit together, you know. He is like the technical guy, and the other one is like more like a joke guy, and then everyone has to create his or he has to know what he is himself. I mean, I think I'm maybe sometimes I think maybe I'm a little bit too normal. You know, I'm not a big joke guy, and I'm not like a technical nerd like these guys are. So sometimes it's hard to find it, to separate from the massive crowd that is like from the massive people, like amount of people, DJs that is out there.
Uno no puede crear algo que no es, entonces cada uno tiene que mostrar como lo que es. Seth Troxler hace chistes y es gracioso y tiene así como esa personalidad, y eso es lo que él es. Y King tiene como un perfil más nerd, siempre todas las fotos que postea son como de hardware y demás. Él se siente como bastante normal, como en el medio, como una persona normal, y a veces es difícil destacarse en eso. But your thing is the music you make. I
Yes.
don't think that they care if you have like a daughter or stuff. Your profile is to be a producer and make good tracks.
Yes, but I also sometimes post pictures with my daughter and stuff, because
And
this
people
is
like
also
it.
me. You know, people like it because they like to see it, what is behind him, what does he do on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Do you think people like that? It's important for people
Yes.
to...
Not everything. I don't need to show them every morning how I brush my teeth, how I cook, how I have breakfast and stuff. Not too much. But people also kind of like a little bit more information about the person.
Interrumpí la traducción para decir que para mí lo que a la gente le gusta de él son sus producciones, y él dice que sí, pero que cuando postea fotos con la hija o de su vida personal como que estallan, y a la gente le interesa saber lo que hace un jueves. No demasiado, pero como que sí, es importante que es como persona. Como tenemos poco tiempo porque empiezan las clases, voy a abrir un par de preguntas y arrancamos. Preguntas. Yo tengo 1000 más, pero puedo preguntárselas después. ¿Alguna pregunta? Dale. Habla, Di Benedetto. ¿Te vas a dar un beso en la boca?
Hi. No problem. Thank you for coming.
And I have actually two questions. One is more technical, the other one is more personal. The technical one being, do you do your own mastering, and do you rely on sound engineering? And the more personal one is that this is it for you. I mean, have you achieved all your goals as a professional, or I don't know? How do you picture yourself? Like, how do you picture a 60-year-old Nico?
What? Sorry, the second one I didn't.
Le hizo dos preguntas. Una es si masteriza su música, y la otra es cómo se ve a los 60, ¿no? How do you see yourself at 60 years old? If you achieve all your goals, and how do you see yourself in the future?
Okay. Let's start with the first one, with the mastering and stuff. No, I'm not doing the mastering by myself. I work with. I have also like the studio in a complex like this. Sometimes I work with Gorge on the tracks. He is very good in making the good sound. But still, we never do the mastering by ourselves. We have a guy that we give like the pre-masters to, and he does it. Like, yes, it was almost.
Él no hace su propio mastering. Él tiene un lugar como este y trabaja con Gorge y hace los pre-masters, y después le da a un tercero para que le haga los masterings.
Yeah.
And the other one?
And the other one is like where I see myself in when I'm 60.
If you achieve all your goals, and where do you see yourself in house next 60 years old?
When I'm 60
Yeah,
years old.
I can tell you that.
Tell me.
Living in a country house around nature, having a daughter that is like 15, 20 years old,
And playing pool.
and playing pool and ping pong table.
Yeah, maybe. Gorge. No.
Giorgio Moroder.
Ah, yeah. I heard that, yeah. I mean, who knows? It's actually not my plan. I mean, these guys are kind of legend, you know? These guys work in a different class. If you become to that status, I would do it, for example, like, say, okay, if I would do like a few shows a year. At the moment, I would say the problem actually in this DJ thing is as well, you can't say, if you are in my status, I can't say, okay, I'm gonna play only 3 gigs a month, and that's enough, let's say, money for me and stuff to live. But if you're gonna play like only 3 gigs a month, I think the people would think, okay, my career goes down. No, I have to show like everyone, I have a lot of gigs, I have to in my diary, and I travel a lot, and the pictures, you know, you have to keep the people in the loop, and that's the problem actually. You have to keep being busy, and that's yeah. If you have the status like these guys you just said, they can do it. And then I still think if I would be like big like these guys, or if I would become like these guys, then I would probably DJ sometimes in the age of 60. But to keep it like I do it at the moment, I think I can't do it until 60, or won't do it.
Él le preguntó por Giorgio Moroder, que tocó el jueves pasado en Club 69, y dice que como que tienen otro estatus, que al nivel en el que está él se tiene que mostrar como que tiene trabajo, que tiene fechas, que tiene una agenda ocupada, que no podría tocar 3 fechas al mes, porque la gente pensaría que su carrera está cayendo y que no tiene laburo, más que toca 3 porque tiene ganas. Entonces, que si cuando llega a los 60 está a ese nivel, quizás lo haría, pero que no la ve. ¿Otra pregunta? Dale. Thank you for coming.
Quería preguntarte cómo nos podrías aconsejar a nosotros que estamos arrancando y tenemos nuestros tracks o demás para ir comunicándonos con los sellos discográficos, si hay alguna manera que sea más técnica, con un blog o una biografía y cosas así, como que, ¿cuál sería la mejor manera, por ejemplo, de comunicarnos con el sello de él?
He's a young producer and he's starting, and he wants an advice on how to get into labels and how to, if he must make like a biography, a profile to send the music, and for example, what about if he wants to send music to your label? What advice will you give him?
Yeah, actually that's difficult these days. I mean, like, I feel also a little bit sad for it, because I know how many people send me music and I can't even answer them. It's like every day I get like, I don't know, I can't count it how many demos I get. And the thing is, like, the year now, or like not now, the year has like 12 months, and I can release maximum, like, if I'm really good, 12 releases a year, which is nothing. And also I wanted to have 2 releases and on my label, and maybe my partner has 2 releases on the label. That is already 4 releases. That means like we can maximum have 8 releases from different people on our label. And so this is just a small amount we can get, and already we wanted to build up like a kind of like family, that people, to give the label also like a profile, you know, to say, okay, this is the kind of music, these are the DJs, these are the people who we work with. And I know it's kind of annoying for the people who are not on there already.
What about traduzco y le hago una repregunta sobre lo mismo. Dice que se siente mal por no poder escuchar toda la música que recibe, y que él tiene un sello que edita 12 releases por año, y que 2 son de él y 2 son de Gorge. Eso hace que queden 8, y que quiere construir como un profile para el sello, y eso es que tenga siempre el mismo sonido y que se arme como una familia, como un grupo de productores que siempre editan ahí. Entonces como que se siente mal porque hay como poca oportunidad y ni siquiera tiene tiempo para escuchar todo lo que le mandan. What do you recommend him or all of them to get into other labels or to make it bigger, to make their music listen, you know? Because maybe it's not released in a label or make a huge SoundCloud and give your music for free. I don't know.
I mean, that's the other thing, like what I want to say is like keep on trying, you know, like keep on sending. I mean, there is, of course, I always listen to demos I got sent. I always pick a few and listen to new stuff. For example, at the moment, even I have this team, I had the next release is from me, so I can't do the one after. The other one from Gorge is not finished yet. I have a break. So at the moment I'm listening to new demos, yeah, because I have nothing here, which I said, okay, I'm happy with. I got demos from people from my label, yes, but I'm not happy with it. So there is actually a time I'm gonna listen to new music, and if I can pick the right piece, I'm gonna release it. I don't care if it's you or you that I'm gonna release. I listen to the tracks, and I don't care if it's a big DJ or like a young new producer. I go with the music I like. So the advice is I can give to you: keep on sending, or try to be, I mean, like at the end, it's a lot about contacts, you know. If you know people, they can give it to people to listen. It might help, but it's you have to keep on sending. That's important.
Y le dije, más allá de tu sello, ¿qué consejo le darías? Quizás es regalarlo en SoundCloud o algo. Y dijo que el consejo es sigan mandando, porque él ahora no tiene, los que le mandan los artistas del sello no están cerrados, y el de Gorge y el de él no está, y como que tiene un hueco y está escuchando música y está recibiendo nueva música y escucha, no todo, pero como que va agarrando, y quizás tienen la suerte de que encajan y no le importa si es un nombre grande o alguien joven, va por la música y por lo que siente, si le va, entra. Así que eso, persistencia, constancia. ¿Alguna otra pregunta?
I think actually every label has that in a certain point. I mean, if they look after the music, they have like some holes, some space where they can pick music. Yes, I mean the problem is these days there's like hundreds, thousands of labels out there, and like I would say like 95% are don't really help you if you're gonna release on these labels, because they're too small, they're too underground and stuff. That's the problem. So everyone wants to come on the bigger labels, you know, and these bigger labels, they get sent like thousands and thousands of demos every month. They can't listen to it because, as I said, like there's like 12 releases they can do a year, and that's like kind of nothing.
Que lo que dijo para su sello lo dice para todos los sellos, y después hay sellos más chicos que de repente quizás no te dan tanta promoción y todo el mundo quiere entrar en los sellos grandes. Ya voy con tu última pregunta. Patrick Topping was here and he said that he was like a long time trying to get into Jamie Jones, and a friend of him sent to Jamie a track, and Jamie picked one per day that listened to it, and it was his, and he got like lucky, you know?
That's what I said. I mean, like it's kind of luck these days. As I said before, for me it was kind of luck as well that the other people in my area, like my friends, start doing music at the same time again, and then I had like this was my luck, that we that the press created the word Mannheim sound these days and picked us to become like a new hype. There is always a little bit luck in this whole business. It's not only about talent. I mean, talent is important as well, or like going your way, keep believing on you. That's the most important. Continue believing in you, continue on good work, continue on sending music. I mean, it's like in kind of every job. No, like you can't say, okay, I need a job. I'm gonna write one. How we say?
CV, curriculum.
Yeah, and send it to this company, and they take me. It's the same. Like there's a little chance that this company is then really gonna take you. You have to send a lot of these things, and then hopefully one takes you. But yeah, I mean, once you get in there and you create the right things, then there's a way for you.
Le conté que Patrick Topping dijo acá que estaba obsesionado con entrar al sello de Jamie Jones. Un amigo de él mandó un demo, lo contó acá, y Jamie escucha uno por día y escuchó justo el suyo y la recontrapegó, gira por el mundo. El pibe lo contaba acá como, tipo, ni yo lo puedo creer. Y él lo que dice es que sí, hay que tener suerte, que la suerte que quizás él tuvo es que la prensa tomó a él y su grupo de amigos como lo nuevo, lo que venía, y por eso creció, pero no es que por uno mandar solo un currículum va a entrar a trabajar en una empresa, sino que hay que mandar y mandar y mandar y ser constante y persistente. Hacemos la última UCI.
Primero que es un honor tenerlo acá con nosotros, para mí uno de los mejores productores del mundo, más allá de la música que hace, y si hay algún consejo a la hora de querer sacar un vinilo, porque así como Patrick Topping está obsesionado con ese sello de Jimmy John, yo estoy obsesionado con sacar un vinilo. Más allá de la música, si hay algún consejo como manejarse con los labels del vinilo.
First of all, that it's an honor to have you here, that you are the best producer in the world, más o menos así, for him. And as Patrick Topping was obsessed on editing on Hot Scenes, he's obsessed on releasing a vinyl. And if you have any advice for him to get into a vinyl record, or what you can tell everything about vinyl to end this.
I mean, that's what a lot of people are very behind it at the moment, to say I still want to have my own vinyl and stuff. The thing is, I do this now since like let's say 10 years. I started the labels 8-bit. This year we have 10 years of 8-bit, and we had like a good time, and it was still the time when the vinyl sales went down. We still started like on Cecile, and for example we had like vinyl sales for 10,000 vinyls worldwide, which is, if you think about like how many people are here in this room, and this is like a small amount from DJs from Buenos Aires only, and when you think about it worldwide, 10,000 is not a big number. Even for now it's a big number. These days I would say if you have like a good running label or selling vinyl label, is like the maximum you can reach. Like it's not the maximum, but it's like a very, very high number these days. Is like 1,000 vinyls worldwide. This is like nothing, and to press the vinyls is like very expensive. It takes so long. For me this is like kind of not really fun anymore, the vinyl thing.
But because you answer another thing. Él dijo que cuando sacó Cecil vendieron 10.000 discos, que considerando toda la gente que hay acá, todos los DJs que hay en Buenos Aires y todo el mundo, 10.000 vinilos no es nada. Como que ahora hay una gran, no me sale la palabra, pero como entusiasmo por editar vinilos. But the thing he wants to know is, give him an advice to release a vinyl. How to get into a label, or what sound do you think is better to release a vinyl?
Is it like a vinyl, or is it to release a release?
He wants to get into a vinyl label. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of vinyl-only labels these days in Germany, which I think like it doesn't really help you. There are.
But he has a dream.
Yeah. Okay.
He wants to release a vinyl. You have a lot. He has no one.
I mean, then it's like you have to send your demos to labels which still release vinyls. I mean, we now that we can do these 12 releases a year, which I told you before, because like the year has 12 months. We try to do one release per month. We have to add in digital only releases now, because the pressing company can't be fast enough to deliver every month a new vinyl. It's very annoying what I said. So, but there are some underground labels. They still do vinyls only, or they do vinyls. They don't do 12 releases a year. I mean, even like with the big labels, which like Adam Beyer Drumcode, I think maybe is one of the biggest at the moment. I spoke to him on Saturday, and he said at the moment they are half a year behind with the vinyls for their releases. You know, they have like the release that came out, like let's say today, the vinyl comes out in in a half year. It's annoying at the moment, like, so I would not give like that much attention on a vinyl. But if your dream is to have a vinyl, of course you have to send your demos to a vinyl label and give them the pressure to press the vinyl for it. I mean, if you send your demos to me and I like your demos, and you're okay with it, to say okay, the vinyl comes out maybe later or comes. I mean, I always try to make it happen, but it's as I said, like at the moment it's annoying for us to work with pressing companies together. Even we work together with the same pressing companies since 10 years, and we are a good client. They always fuck us up because it's like there's so many labels in the scene now, and everyone presses vinyl, but it's just small amounts. They also don't make much money, you know, because before they made like one release for a label, and they pressed 10,000 vinyls where they made like a lot of money from, and it was no work, because like to press a vinyl, they put in like the mother, it says like the mother vinyl, and then they just say like copy, and they made 10,000, but now they maybe make just 300. And that means for them also less money. So for them it's also kind of annoying situation. But it's like that's what I said. Like yeah, send your demos to vinyl labels.
El consejo para resumir es mandar tus demos a sellos que hacen vinilos solamente. Y lo que explicó es que las empresas que imprimen vinilo están como muy retrasadas. Entonces ellos hacen 12 discos por año. Y el press no llega a hacerse, e incluso Drumcode está como un año y medio atrás en todo lo que es vinilo, como que ya lo tienen programado, y porque así se dio el mercado. Antes con un disco hacían 10.000, ahora con un disco hacen 300, entonces tienen que como que trabajar más en la réplica, pero el consejo es mandar a sellos que hacen solo vinilo. O ver si nosotros hacemos un vinilito tuyo. Ponete las pilas con nosotros y te hacemos un vinilo arjaus. Bueno, thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to have you. We don't have much time because we have to do the class. And I love you, man.
Thank you.